On today's show,
Klein is still struggling.
This week on Just Outside the Locker Room, we have the football team.
A couple of important announcements.
Our first inspirational quote of the week.
PE's $1 Million Grant.
A little about the debate team.
All this and so much more.
Good morning, Staples. Good morning, Staples. It is Thursday, October 16th. I'm Andres Marmello.
And I'm Colin Hoy. Our show today is our first show created mostly by students in the Period 2 TV production class.
There's lots of announcements for you and several longer pieces of interest. So we hope you enjoy our first Period 2 show.
That show will begin as soon as we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We begin our show with an announcement from Safe Rides.
Many Staples students also donate part of their weekend helping students get home safe and sound. Interested in helping out? Listen to this.
Safe Rides training will occur on October 21st, 2:30 p.m., October 22nd at 2:30, and October 23rd at 7 o'clock p.m. in the library. It's a great way to help your community, so be there and join Safe Rides. Thank you.
So consider joining Safe Rides. It is a great form of community service, and it is a great way to give back to your community.
There has been a lot of talk of the new physical education gear being added to our physical education department. Several of our reporters spoke to Mr. Dave Gussich and asked him about this additional funding for phys ed.
So, Mr. Gussich, can you tell us a little bit more about the $1 million grant that the school received?
I'm happy to speak to you this morning about the Carol M. White PEP grant, which is a physical education program grant that we received for the years of 2014 through 2016. It's a 3-year grant in the total of $1.3 million for the District of Westport. The hope is to create awareness and increase activity throughout the community of Westport. We're bringing in technology and equipment into the schools to enhance the program K through 12, and that's something that we're hoping students will have a positive experience with, and they're going to get exposure to lifetime activities they may not otherwise have had the opportunity to do that with.
We went around and asked people what they thought about the $1 Million Grant.
I love the kayaks. I love the paddleboard.
Rollerblading's cool.
Well, I think it's great. I see a lot of changes in the weight room. A lot of the equipment is really improved and new. It looks great.
I'm seeing a lot of changes and a lot of improvement.
New equipment in the weight room. It's really nice.
Yeah, these new weights are nice though. Now let's throw it back to the host.
It's great that Staples received this grant. The funds have been invested in so many different areas of our phys ed program here. Congratulations to Mr. Dave Gussich and those who worked hard to get that funding.
The TAG group has some news about an exciting contest and has asked for a minute of your time in today's show to tell you more about it. Here's TAG.
Hi, I'm Kendall.
I'm Zoe.
And I'm Jenna.
And we're in TAG,
the Teen
Awareness
Group.
So TAG entered Staples in a contest called Celebrate My Drive, which is to try to get as many people from the school and the community, parents, students, teachers, as we can to sign a pledge that says that you won't text and drive.
And if we win this contest, we win money for our school, and also a rock band will come and perform for us, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we would win $100,000, and the band that would come is the band Perry.
The contest will go from October 15th to October 24th. We will post the link when we get it on Wednesday. So look around the school for posters or Facebook posts to get more information. So please help us out. Thanks.
Thank you.
I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses.
Thanks to the members of the TAG group for that announcement. We hope that you will all participate and take the oath not to text and drive.
Recently, Mr. Tony Cicoli took his environment class on an overnight hike on the Appalachian Trail. One of his students, Brittany Braswell, put together a video about it. Here's Mr. Cicoli to tell you more.
The Environmental A class went on our semi-annual camping trip to Kent, Connecticut, where we hiked the Appalachian Trail. Brittany Braswell documented the trip on her handheld camera.
Thanks to Brittany Braswell for putting that video together for us. Looks like the environmental class got to see a very pretty part of our state and also got a taste of the outdoors along the way.
Often the things that interest you in high school influence you the rest of your life. Several members of one of our teams put together this video to promote this organization.
Hey, did you find the fridge all right?
Yeah.
Dude.
What?
That's my mom's soda. It's Sprite.
You know, you'd be singing a different tune if you knew it was in that Coke.
Now you sound and act like my mom.
How could you hate on me for Sprite? Coke?
Sprite
Of all
is
things?
like, oh, this healthy drink. Well,
Oh,
you're
well,
gonna,
it's-
if you're
yeah,
gonna
it's
drink
better than that. What's
soda,
even in Coke?
If you're gonna
Do you
drink
even
soda,
know
you
what's
might
in
as well.
Coke?
It has a
I'd like to
fruit on
know
it.
what I'm
It's
drinking.
healthy. Oh yeah, you think
well,
it's
you
so
know-
healthy. I can see how you might
Oh, of Coke.
say that. That is why I believe there should not be a mandatory school dress code. By putting that on our school, we are limiting our possibilities for expressing.
In conclusion, you should vote for me for class president because it will put more money towards the music education department. Furthermore, we should have better foods in our cafeteria.
If we continue to ignore our fiscal responsibilities, we will end up having to raise civilian taxes. That is something none of our civilians want. I can't believe you still like Sprite.
Me liking Sprite? I mean, after all this, you still like Coke?
Healthy drinks.
Thanks to members of the debate team, including Dan Pauker, for that fun video. Who would think that people who enjoy a good argument might go on to use their debating skills to choose other interests and careers?
Well, they are back with another episode of Just Outside the Locker Room. This week, the boys from Period 2 are going to meet with Lineman Jackson Ward and discuss with him the status of the Staples football team.
Welcome to this week's edition of Just Outside the Locker Room. This week we are with the football team. This is Jackson Ward, junior center and defensive tackle. Jackson, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm good. So it's been a good start to the season. You guys are 3-2. How have you felt so far?
You know, the defense is playing well right now. We've had 2 tough losses by 3 points, and I think we just keep up the effort, just keep playing as hard as we have been. I think we got a good chance of making states this year.
And so this week we have Danbury coming up for you guys. How do you feel about that game?
You know, it's their homecoming. We're kind of pissed off that they chose us for their homecoming. And if it's anything like our environment, we're going to have to just block out the fans, just focus on the game.
So the week after you have New Canaan. How do you guys feel about that? That's a big game for you.
You know, we're just focusing on Danbury right now, getting the job done.
Who's had the worst celly on the team so far this year?
Honestly, I'd have to go with Riley Petto after his first sack of the season against Fairfield Ludlow. Just didn't look very good. Just came off the quarterback and he just looked pretty unathletic, if you ask me.
Well, Jackson, thank you for joining us on this week's edition of Just Outside the Locker Room. We'll be back next week with another team.
Each of Staples football's team losses have been only by a few points, and so this team has been in every game. We believe that Lineman Jackson Ward's prediction for making states is a good one, and we wish the team well.
Several of our TV journalists missed Kelsey Shockey's weekly happy tip that ran last year and thought they might introduce something new in its place and in its memory. Here's Mimi Burris and her group's first inspirational quote of the week.
Live as if you are to die tomorrow. Learn as if you are to live forever.
We think that the inspirational tip is a great idea. We hope that Mimi and her group can keep it up.
It is time for the Klein Challenge. 2 years in a row, Mr. Klein has rained havoc on the students of Staples High School. Could it be that his dominance of the weekly challenge has at last come to an end? Let's see how he made out this week.
We are back for week 5 of the Klein Challenge. Mr. Klein here. Unfortunately, Mr. Zito couldn't be here today. He had some other things to do.
Klein, let me in. Come on, I will make fun of you. Yeah, come on, man. I will make fun of you. I'll be okay.
Let's recap last week. Tyler Singh, congratulations. He went 3-0. He actually won all 3 games, tight games that were decided in the last possession of those games. Mr. Klein, well, not so good again. 1-2. Overall now, the students stand at 9-3, and I am now at 7-5. I have now lost an unprecedented 3 weeks in a row. Not good, okay? Let me sum things up this way. I stink right now. Absolutely stink. Thank God I'm not betting on these games, or my family would be starving. Not only do I stink, I am dumb. D-U-M-B, dumb. 2 weeks ago, I said the worst pick ever was the Saints over the Cowboys, and it blew up in my face. I now have a new worst pick ever. It was my pick of the Giants last week, okay, over the Eagles. They didn't show up. It was ugly. That confidence and swagger I talked about last week, it clearly didn't last very long. Okay, I'm going out on a limb here. You're hearing it for the first time. This one's for Coach P. This one's for Mr. Wilkes. This one's for Mr. Kissinger. This one is for all you Cowboy fans. The 2014 Dallas Cowboys are for real. Okay, very impressive victory over the Seahawks last week. They made a little bit of a believer out of me, although I'm actually hoping that what I'm saying right now is truly the kiss of death as they play the Giants next weekend. Okay, so some of you right now, again, lost 3 in a row, all right? My season is spiraling out of control right now, and some of you are probably taking, great joy in it. However, there's a long season to go, and I have but one thing to say.
I'll be back.
I am here with Noah Lomnitz, who is the next contestant on the Klein Challenge. Noah, thanks for being here, buddy.
No problem.
Okay. Noah is a sophomore. He is also a New York Jets fan. It seems like the worse they get, the more Jets fans we have. I don't understand that. Okay, Noah, 2 quick questions for you about the Jets. Quick answer, stay or go. Rex Ryan, stays or goes?
Goes.
Goes, okay? Your quarterback of choice, Geno Smith or Michael Vick?
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. Okay, you heard it right here from Noah. All right, Noah, give me your 3 picks for Week 5 of the Klein Challenge and Week 7 of the NFL season.
My picks for Week 7 are Washington over Tennessee, Dallas over the Giants, and Arizona over the Oakland Raiders.
He likes the Cardinals over the Raiders, okay? Raiders can't lose every game, so watch out for that one. I'm going to go in this direction. Coming off a bad loss to the Cowboys last week, I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks over the St. Louis Rams. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills over the Minnesota Vikings. And my lock of the week.
Ooh, that's a big lock, all right.
I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers over the Carolina Panthers. That's it for Week 5 of the Klein Challenge. Enjoy the games. See ya!
Well, Mr. Klein is certainly in trouble. Now the question is whether he will be back or whether Staples students can keep the pressure up on him. We'll see next week.
That's our show, Staples. We hope you enjoyed it. The Period 8 class will be back next week with their show, Wednesday. If all goes well, we will be back a week from today with our second show. Goodbye.
Amazing.